guys, I'm Cintia de Mita and I'm going to be talking about the behind the scenes of my video titled Haunted. I have like about 5 different versions of Haunted. Now the very original one, the first one, was inspired by my ex. T. So basically, September 3rd at night, I was contacted by my ex, and that kind of hit me hard, like hard. And it was like a nightmare, keyword, nightmare. Sometimes when you have horrible nights, you just sleep, right? So that's what I did. I slept, and the next morning, 10:40 a.m. to be exact, I had an idea. This idea is about creating a concept video, a concept dance video about how scary it is to be facing yourself and to be facing the ghost from your past. The same day I got the idea, I contacted my girl Viola to see if she'd be down to do the wardrobe, and of course I contacted my go-to Brandon to see if he's available to shoot the video. The original idea did not make the cut because about 5 days after I told Brandon, we gotta do this, I want it to be like deep with the meaning, but also like weird, like freaky, creepy, intense, scary, like a haunted house. So it's like deep and creep. Ew, I can't believe I said that. Anyway, Jacob Owen's horror contest, short horror film contest. That was the turning point of my concept video because he had rules that said, it had to be one take, under 3 minutes or 3 minutes max, and you need to have the word boo in it. And I was like, one take? How am I gonna make this whole thing one take? 3 minutes? I'm like, sure, done. And then there was the word boo. It could be like boo, or it can be like hey boo, or it could also be what I ended up using. Boo! After I figured out how I wanted to use the word boo, I realized that I can basically use my past experience to create this concept video. So I went deep into my brain, where I was at last year with my mindset, and it was not a very great mindset. It was bad, honestly. If I were to explain where my brain was at last year, that would be it. Stop! I was going to use the song Haunted by Beyonce, and that is why the title is Haunted. But I wanted it to be different from the videos I've previously made. I didn't want a song that existed, so I hit up my friend, Karel. I was like, hey, you know anyone who can help me out with this? Compose a horror, intense, thriller music for my video? And he's a real one, so he posted on his story. And then Michael, who I ended up working with, he said he was interested. So I DM'd him. He created the most amazing track ever for my video. It was very interesting to work with Michael because I've never met him at all. Till this day, I have not met him, and I really should. But anyway, I gave him a prompt. I told him about Beyonce's Haunted. We had 5 different versions of the song. We had a version where the song kept going, and I told him, hey, can we have like a silent, dead silent moment, and then boom, all of a sudden back into it. He was great to work with, honestly. I just had a vision for how the whole thing was gonna go. So my main character was gonna walk to the living room, and then creepy, pale, ghost-looking thing is gonna be on the other side, and then come at her, and she's gonna fall, and I'm gonna have a really tall ghost like be up there and like bam, she's gonna run, I'm gonna have a jump scare, and then she's gonna run somewhere else, another jump scare. So the first two people that I immediately saw in my vision as I came up with this idea, my Melendres twins. My beautiful, gorgeous Rachel and Anna Melendres. I think I messaged them the day after I got the idea, and after I decided I'm gonna go for it, I told them it's still gonna be like next month. But you know, I had to make sure my main characters are actually gonna be there, because pretty much when you're making these things, someone always has to cancel. Always. It's inevitable. Somebody always has to cancel. I casted my girl Bella because I knew she was an amazing dancer. Look-wise, she was perfect. And I casted Leo because he's the tallest man I know. Plus, he's such a character. He's great. He's great. And then Jake. He has such a strong character, and I really wanted him on board for this project. And then we have my girl Gabby. I really wanted to challenge her and have her take on this character. And yeah, that's pretty much how I casted them.
I can make my cheeks smile.
Makeup and the costumes. Honestly, I told Viola to be as creative as she can be. Specifically, in the treatment I sent this.
So make the ghost like really pretty, but dead looking.
And yes, for this project, I sent out a video treatment. Here's like a little snippet of it, just so you know what went on. Obviously, when you're creating like a video like this, like a film or just any type of production, a lot of planning needs to happen. And I'm just gonna show you guys. We have this from the original version. This, it's a little messy. And then there's this version, Oh, this was my breakthrough. This was my breakthrough when I finally figured out how I wanted to do it. And here you can see I drew what the place looked like. This was for shoot day. I'm pretty organized, I guess. So I went on all the websites, you know, Peerspace, Blazer, other ones that I can't think of right now. I found the beautiful Frogtown Magical Cabin. When I physically, like Cintia and Mita went there, I was like, this is it. And then I could see everything happening, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be magnificent. Here is the part that really got me. There wasn't a lot of choreography, like actual like 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, boom, ski, ska. So I didn't really have trouble with the choreography or with the acting part. What I did have infinite difficulty trying to figure out is how I wanted to direct the camera. The difficult part of it is how I needed to get the camera in and out of the house and like move around the house without spoiling anyone who's like on standby right next to the camera. So when I met up with my videographer, I told him that the way we were going to show that the ghosts were all in her head is by shooting the screen of the laptop and showing that no one's actually there. Originally, I told him that my ghosts are gonna come in the frame and then they're gonna leave right after. Like, I would have hiding places for them. Brandon was smart. He was like, what if we just make a screen recording? And that way he could face the camera without being in the actual shot, and he could zoom in and do his thing, you know? What we ended up doing after a lot of trial and error is we took a video of Rachel being on the bed just saying, it's on my head, it's on my head. We had 2 desktops. One of it had the video of her by herself and the other one just pretty much had what she pulled up in the beginning of the video where she was going to record herself. Now what happened was, my man Jake, in that last scene, before he sat down next to her, I had him go around the camera, swipe the desktop we were using away, the video of her just by herself in the bed, it was already open. I just had him play it on full screen and then go to his place next to her. It took me a hot minute. I sat in Starbucks with my book, laptop, earphones in, listening to the song, and I just stared at nothing, just like. In my head, I was like seeing like what it would look like. I had videos of the location from when I went there, so I used those as like reference. The shoot was actually very smooth because we rehearsed everything and I made fake rooms so my cast would know what's going on. I sent out rehearsal notes because not everyone could be there except for the night before the shoot. By the way, this video is the first video ever where I had all my cast be in a rehearsal. Just one rehearsal with everyone, plus the camera. So I can show my videographer the camera movements, where he's going to travel. You're gonna follow her here, and then you're gonna go to the bedroom. You're gonna walk backwards, and then we're gonna go in the hallway, kitchen, out, run. It was fun. There were just a lot of things on that shoot day. I feel like with creating, you just have to be quick with backup plans. You have to go with the flow. If a problem comes to you, because there were problems during the shoot day, you gotta find a solution and don't get stuck on the problem because that's not gonna help anyone. Nuh-uh. We had Mariah and Brandon doing the lighting and fog machine, and I was thankful that they were on that because I had to do other stuff that I didn't expect I had to figure out on the spot, which is the latch on the door. Nobody who watches the video will ever think of the latch because no one should care about that, only me, you know, because I'm directing this, so I had to make it work somehow. Basically, the first part of the video, we had one door closed, one door open, and the latch on one of the doors is closed. If it was unlatched, then the door wouldn't close when my girl Rachel had to close it and go to the bedroom. So the camera follows Rachel to the bedroom. Meanwhile, Gabby unlatched the door and made sure it closed beautifully so that in this other part, it would just open. And then I also had to figure out where the camera was going out, from the kitchen to outside. At first, I thought I was going to have the camera follow her as she ran to the door, but then I was like, wait a second, there's a kitchen door right next to him. I'm just gonna keep it open the whole time so he would have space to shoot and so he can just boom from interior to exterior. So I was like, yeah, okay. After this, we're gonna go closer, and right before the BAM, the camera will show her smile, follow her as she runs away, and comes back to the choreo part. The two guys, after the kitchen scene, they had to run around this huge, like, patch of garden and just trees and everything, and they had to run and be on standby so by the time she runs to them, they can bring her back into the house. On the shoot day, I asked Rachel and Anna, hey, how good are you guys at picking up choreography? And they said, we're good. So you know what I did? I changed the choreography. I was like, I'm not feeling it. It wasn't a lot of change, but still, I'm very impressed. Professionals. Another challenging thing was actually figuring out where my cast was going to stand and where my speaker would be because that speaker, it had to be near the phone, but it also had to be hidden. Before we end this video, or before I end this video, I just wanted to say that you guys gotta keep in mind that this is the process from my point of view. There's a lot more that goes into this video, like from Michael's perspective, how he created the music, from Brandon and Mariah's perspectives, how they lit the whole place. There's also Viola, who had to figure out how she's going to do the makeup because she's never done it before. Not to mention my dancers. Like, they have crazy rehearsal schedules for other things and they made time for mine. I appreciate them so much, honestly. When I first came out to LA, literally no one would want to be in a video that I would make. So every time someone is down to be in a video, I don't take it lightly. So that is how I created my video Haunted. If you guys haven't watched it yet, you can watch it. You can comment, like, share it on my IGTV or on my YouTube channel. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching Haunted. I will see you in the next video.